All right, Cancer. So we got some things going on with y'all. I know y'all in a current state of just waiting and things like that, but we got some other things that are keeping you from being able to, to be able to start something, to truly commit to something here. So possibly some burdens from an old relationship. Because this does talk about, the ending of a cycle here. Okay? Now, the underlying energy for a lot of you guys is the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords does indicate here that there is some communication that's needed, some messages that's gone, that's been put back and forth possibly, but this is blunt truth. This is the pure essence of what a truth is, which is completely tactless, right? And it's obviously, right, this is because of a child, right? A child holding a sword. They're not very careful with it. They just have this thing. They're like, "Ooh, this is fun." No. It's dangerous, right? The truth can be dangerous sometimes, but the truth can also be very hurtful, especially if you wield it in a way that's, it could cut somebody. Now, this could be that you guys received some sort of information like this. Somebody is very blunt with you about how they were, what the truth is, and they weren't very tactful with it. Or this is, vice versa. You guys may have communicated something that may not have been very easy to hear on the ears for someone else. Now, the reason why the Page of Swords is coming up with here is because you have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is talking about some old issues. You have some clear truths about some things that that happened in your past. Maybe some clear truths that that had been received to you that triggered something in you guys. Okay, now I was just talking about past relationships, so this is kind of, like I said, it's very hard to hear, especially when this is talking about some sort of old pain that was never really healed in the first place. And when it comes to certain pains here, it's very hard to to heal those, and it does take times. However, acknowledging that you have these pains, acknowledging that you have these struggles, they can, they over time, they can heal. Okay, it's just really all about dedication, constant awareness of what's going on emotionally, what's going on in your, with these past pains that keep you from truly being able to heal. Now, with your current state of being, you guys have the Three of Wands, right? So the Three of Wands is about waiting. Usually it's actually about taking action. So it's not just waiting. You're waiting, but you're doing action in the meantime. You're doing things at the same time you're waiting, right? Because you put things out there to manifest, and now there's still a little work that needs to be done, but you know what to expect from the work and the work that you're currently doing and have done, right? For a lot of you guys, this could be in regards to someone from a distance, right? You're trying to wait for somebody that, some news, some information from a distance to help, to pretty much initiate and kickstart whatever needs to be pushed forward, right? You're waiting on some sort of information from a distance to be able to take action on getting you towards some sort of place of stability. Again, for this, I really get the feeling that for a lot of you guys, this is talking about a long distance relationship. Or or a relationship that's very dedicated on distance. Okay, now going on to your goal here, you guys want the Page of Pentacles. So you guys want some sort of offer that shows stability and support, and security. Also, I feel like you guys also want to commit to something, really something that you can really feel like you are, dedicating your time and effort to build something awesome. Now, for a lot of you guys, this is also wanting to look at the details, see things for how they truly are, but really see what may be missing, see what may need to be adjusted. Okay, for your relationships, right? But I feel like ultimately you guys want to offer love. You guys want to offer something that's long term, something that can stand the test of time. But the thing that's keeping you from being able to offer this is the Ten of Cups. For Gemini, they had this as their underlying energy. So for a lot of you guys, this could be really just talking about burdens of the past, right? Burdens of your last cycle, or maybe there's a cycle that's not ended yet and it's quite a burden to you. Now, the reason why the Ten of Cups is coming up, and the reason why it's such a burden for you to let go of this certain situation, is because of something that's not being let go of. Okay, so something here with death, it's requiring you to release it, to make space for something new, to make space for that new shiny relationship, for that new shiny new beginning, right? For you being single, to discover yourself. But there's something here that's very difficult to release, difficult to transition from. And I feel like that is the burden. The burden is trying to carry all the junk from behind you to where you need to be, where actuality you may just need to just drop the load and leave it be. But it all depends on what it is that the burden is, right? But that is usually about change, transitioning, and that change has a lot to do with releasing what isn't there so that things can be rebirthed. All right, so there can be rebirth, rather, because death isn't just death. Death is also rebirth, okay? Now, for your advice, you guys have the Two of Wands. Now, the Two of Wands does indicate that you guys may need to make a decision and to apply some action. So, for a lot of you guys, I feel like it's very hard to move forward. It's actually not possible for you to be able to move forward anymore. I feel like with this burden, it's clock blocking you from where you want to be. So right now, I feel like you have to pick an avenue, pick whatever direction you want to go, how you want to pursue something, and then make it happen, right? So just kind of go ahead and go for it. And not necessarily spend too much time on either decision, because either decision could kind of keep you up and hold you up from being able to being able to get wherever you want to be, right? And ultimately, it will become a procrastination. It'll be hard to make the decision. So really, it's just figuring out which path you really want to go, and just doing something, right? Just going for it. And I feel like with you making the action towards building something new, I feel like you realize that the burden is that you're pretty much releasing what's holding you back, pretty much. And whatever the burden is that's keeping you from being able to, bring in something more, or just clear the space for more to come in, or something beautiful and new to come in, I feel like you making that effort to go and, make it, to do something that's different, doing something that's, something that's in regards to your decision, I feel like that's what's going to help you release what's holding you back, help you release the burden. Okay, if that makes sense. So making a decision, taking action on that decision, and focusing on what you're doing, the work and the effort that you're putting into the decision that you've made, really just putting in the work, right? It will slowly but surely release whatever it is that's holding you back. You run snags, of course, it's never going to be perfect, but each of one of those snags, because we are talking about the Three of Swords here, well, underneath this Page of Swords, each one is a wake-up call. And I feel like with each one of those wake-up calls, you're going to be able to say, you know what, I understand why this happened, I understand why I'm going through this, and be able to release it then. It's a very intimate process. You have to be patient and, compassionate to yourself, Cancer. Right, so in your feelings, you have the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups, you guys know what you guys want already. I feel like you guys are very much content with where you are. That's what I'm not getting a lot of bad advice in this reading. I just really think that there's just some things that are just holding you back from being able to get truly what you want, because you are manifesting from a good place. Your heart is in the right spot. You guys are feeling good. You guys know what you want. You're going after it, right? This is why you guys have this Page of Pentacles in the feelings, or in the goal, because you want something long term. You guys want something that will stand the test of time, because you know that you want this. That's excellent. Okay, it's just this here that's kind of like it's holding it up. It's holding it up. You could get it here faster, but it's just holding it up. And the only thing here is because your heart's in the right place. Nine of Cups rather. Excellent. In the right place. Your hopes and fears. I like this. The Six of Cups. Six of Wands, rather. Six of Wands is all about, not necessarily courage, but achieving recognition. Being noticed for the effort that you've been putting in. But it's also feeling good and feeling confident in your ability, not necessarily your ability, but from feeling confident in yourself because of what you've done so far, right? This is not over yet, right? It's not done yet. This is still progress. The Six of Wands is still progress. There's still work needed to be done, but it's also recognizing that, hey, what you're doing is actually really good. Keep up the good work, okay? So you want to feel like you're going in the right direction. You want to feel like the work that you're doing, the energy, the time that you're putting in, the work that you're putting in this relationship with this person, if you guys are single, putting, the effort that you're putting towards this person, period, you want to feel like you're being recognized for it and you're getting somewhere, okay? Which is totally fair enough. I feel like right here, this is high-fiving each other. I like this combo. It's all about, it's all about these two right here. Ten of Wands and Death. Ten of Wands, I don't like seeing that necessarily, because this is talking about a burden holding you back. And it's usually, if Death didn't come up with it, I'm like, okay, that's a burden you need to carry in some sort of situation in the past, or ending of a cycle that's not completely over yet and it's time to let it go. it's the same kind of situation, but it's like you're holding on to it because it's almost as if what it looks like is like you guys are waiting for a response in regards to some sort of, long-term commitment, but you're also not necessarily open to it because of some things that happened in the past. And you're not necessarily sure you can really be able to manifest those things because you haven't necessarily released what hadn't worked yet. That's that's hard. It's not easy. Now with your outcome, you guys have the King of Cups. So for a lot of you guys, this could be a Scorpio, Pisces, or another Cancer. However, I do get the sense this is you guys. You guys feeling more in love. You guys feeling more empowered in yourselves. You guys are mastering your ability to know what your emotions are and be able to manifest. This is also utilizing your emotions in the best way possible. And when I mean that, it's like instead of feeling down, instead of feeling like, instead of feeling like, you can't get what you want to get. This is like utilizing the King of Cups as the King of Cups. He's a cheerleader pretty much for you. And understanding that you can get what you want and your emotions are the driving force. And I feel like here, there is nothing physically, there's something blocking you from where you want to be, but that's something that's easily teared down. Your heart is in the right place. You are in the right mojo right here. Okay, your heart is in the right spot. You have the, all you need to do is pick an area to go, to put action for it to do it. Because your heart's good. You know what you want already. Strive for it, go after it, make it happen. And I feel like that's why the King of Cups is here in your outcome, because you have mastered the ability to not only know how to manifest from your heart, but also to be able to use your emotions as a way to push you forward. Okay, to be able to push you forward. And I feel like that is the best thing ever. And it's ultimately loving on yourself, right? The King of Cups comes up and loves on yourself. And I feel like also for a lot of you guys, if you guys are single, this is, this could be about, loving yourself, finding new love for yourself, knowing the love within yourself, mastering and the healing, the healing arts. I feel like this is just what needs to be healed. This is what needs to be attended to at this time. Healing yourself from this old, from the Ten of Wands, right? It's a burden. It needs to be healed. It needs to be glossed over. It needs to be scabbed and, put aside. That's why the brutal truth come up. That's why the Three of Swords come up. There are old issues that need to be faced so that way you could be, healed and be able to feel confident and go ahead and go after what it is that you want, which is something that can last you quite a long time. I am rooting for you, okay? I'm excited, Cancer. All right, Cancer. So your romance angels for this week is separation, okay? So separation is time apart from your partner is on the horizon, and this is always temporary. Separation from partners is never permanent. So for a lot of you guys, the burden may be that your partner is separate from you right now. Maybe there was some arguments, maybe some back and forth. However, that is something that you have to recognize that it happened. It's, it is what it is. It's just time to release these grudges that you may have, or some feelings that you may have about someone else. Ten of Wands are usually not feelings. This is usually just an overwhelming sense of passion that is just stuck on top of itself, and you have a lot to deal with, right? There's a lot of energy. You have a lot to deal with. There's a lot of situations that you're dedicated to. So I feel like it's releasing the things that you are no longer resonate, right? To pretty much put aside what no longer resonates. I'm going to quickly pull a clarifier from Ten of Wands, rather. Golly. The reason why the Ten of Pentacles is the Ten of Wands. I'm saying every other 10 but the Ten of Wands. No, the reason why the Ten of Wands is coming up is because of the Ace of Pentacles. Starting something new. Okay. Yeah. Some things that just don't resonate anymore with you guys. And that's totally 100% fine. It's just understanding that it's okay to drop those things. It's okay to be like, that cycle's done. That cycle's over. Carrying your wands to the end, because it is your pride and it's your work fine, carrying it all the way home, but then leaving that there and being able to go ahead and pursue something new. Now, it's not to forget the work that you put in, and not forget the burden that you put down later, you know, that you're working towards putting down, but it's utilizing that perspective, it's utilizing that knowledge that you gain from being able to be so passionate, to work so hard to build something so amazing, right? To build something that you attempted to make so amazing. That right there, that knowledge, that's what's going to get you through, I feel like. Wow. Time to go. For a lot of you guys, this is talking about stepping away, leaving something behind. It's very similar to the Eight of Cups, right? You're not angry, you're not upset, you're not depressed, you're just not interested in what's going on. The Ten of Wands is definitely a big sign of that, right? It's just like, yeah, no, this isn't for me anymore. I'm good. But you're finding a new way of being able to manifest, finding a new way to be happy, finding a new way to begin a relationship with somebody that truly makes you feel good, right? To make you feel like the King of Cups. But you also want to, you know, it's time to leave the situation where it's a burden for you, or this is a situation where, you know, a lot of your old issues are becoming a burden for you, and it's time to release that so that way you can become your cheerleader again, the right cheerleader. And I feel like the way to just heal everything is to make a decision and go for it. Just trust yourself and know that you go for it. Because you know what you want already. This is not really hard to do. This Two of Wands is not very hard to do. So it's all about taking the action and just going ahead and do it. You don't have to feel, if you have an overwhelming thing, it's going to be swept under the rug because you're focusing your energy and time on something else. So focusing on something else, doing what you want, focusing on what it is that you want to do and putting that time in will be able to get you to where you always want to be.